And we're back, Jonathan.
Yes, another episode of the Road to Code, episode 27.
27. I'm excited for episode 30. We got another guest host.
Oh, yeah.
Be pretty exciting to get him on there. Cool. 27.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Let's bring up some merch.
Let's see.
All right. Let me bring that up real quick. Here we are with the official merch. We have, oh, I accidentally put 2 tote bags on here. I'm trying to figure it out. But we have shirts, women's shirts, men's shirts. Tote bags aren't available right now, but
they sold out.
They sold out.
Man, the supermarkets are taking all the tote bags. Whoa,
yes.
whoa. What do you got in your hand?
We got mugs mailed in recently.
What?
With the official Road to Code logo.
That is sweet.
And the website on the back. But
that is pretty good. So if someone wants one of those mugs, what is it that they got to do? They just gotta go to our website, right? The roadtocode.net website.
Yeah, and we have the link to the merch store, and you can grab any one of these except the tote bag. It might be taking it off soon.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, but we'll have more merch soon.
All right. So if you're poor like us and you can't afford it, what do we do, Jonathan?
What you can do is enter in our raffle we're having every month. And all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and then leave a comment on any one of our videos to be entered into the raffle.
Very nice. Very nice. So our raffle is coming up next week, huh?
Next week.
Yeah, we got to have a separate segment just to be able to do that and get the raffles going.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Don't forget to subscribe and get yourself some free merch.
That's right. We give you the choice of a shirt, whether you be female or male, or even if you're male and you want to get a female shirt, that's perfectly fine for us. Or, maybe get it for your significant other or something. Yeah. And you get to choose. If it's just you and you want to drink some lonely coffee, you can also grab a cup so you can drink your coffee in. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what if you're already subscribed?
If you're subscribed, all you have to do is comment on any one of our videos and you'll be entered in our raffle.
Jonathan, a lot of our people who are in tech are introverts, and we don't have a whole lot to say. Unless something is being asked, we don't have anything to say. So what do we do then?
All you have to do is put "show me the merch."
All right. So we're giving you the exact instructions of how to get free merch, and you can win every month, right?
Yeah.
You put your comment in there, and if you're the only one that commented or you're the only one that subscribed, it's like, guess what? You win, and you can do that month after month. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All right. Excellent. So we started a little separate project.
Yeah, this is
an address book, right?
Yeah. A little bit more complicated.
A little bit more, I would say. If we were to give t-shirt sizes to the significant birthdays and significant events, if those were a small t-shirt, I think this would probably be a small to medium size t-shirt. It's kind of in between, not quite the medium, but it potentially could be a medium, but it's like, I think it's still in between. But what do we got so far?
I believe we just have like the nav bar, and that's basically it, right?
Do we have, so the collapse menu, everything works? Let's fire it up and see where we're at.
Where are we at?
I think it's Control tilde. Or if you go to the terminal, you can open up a terminal.
Okay. Oops. All right. Yeah, just the nav bar.
All right. So you can click in between list and create.
Oh, it doesn't work there yet.
Oh, okay. So we got to fix that.
Whoops.
So we have to fix that. So
We
we
have
have,
our placeholders. Just
yeah.
for create.
And then we have to fix the hamburger menu, right? All right. I think I can help you out with that, Jonathan.
All right.
So there's a couple of things that we need to do. And let's see here. It's in my app. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay. So we're going to toggle between this project and significant birthdays. So if you open up significant birthdays as well, I think once you see the code in that app.js file, it's going to jog your memory. You're like, oh yeah, I remember. Go ahead and maximize this window as well. And you can collapse your file menu, your files. Yeah, I couldn't collapse that. It gives you a little bit more real estate. So let's toggle between, let's go back to the address book, to the Goonatics app. It sounds German. So we have a function app, right?
Wait,
on line 14.
Sorry. Context. There it is.
Oh, go ahead and collapse your files on your left.
Oh. All right.
Okay. So we have a function app on line 13. Sorry. So line 13, we have a function app. And immediately we return the router. So if you collapse line 15, that's essentially what we return, right? We return the router, and that router is what handles our menu, displays the menu navigation on top and the whole thing, right? Go ahead and expand that. But that's not exactly what we want. We want some functionality. We want to be able to interact with this in a different way. And one of the ways that we want to interact is with the hamburger menu. So go ahead and toggle back to the birth dates. And if you find the line with the function app on line 14, you'll notice that we have a constant. And that constant has two variables, and it has use state, right? Remember we did something with is nav collapse?
Oh, yeah.
Set. Oh, did the room just get brighter? A light bulb went on. I would say let's go ahead and type this out. I think it's worth the effort of typing it rather than copying it. The muscle memory that'll be built in your mind is going to be a lot more valuable than if you were just to copy this, right? So line 15, memorize it, take a mental picture of it.
Constant is nav collapse. Set is nav collapse. Use.
So let's go back and recapture. Use state gives us these two values. Yeah. Which one's this one?
This is
Goonatics.
Goonatics, yeah.
Okay. So use state on line 14 gives us these two values. Our initial state value is nav collapse, and a function called set is nav collapse. We go down to our button, scroll down just a couple lines. Okay, so we have the on click on line 32. The on click When somebody clicks that button, somebody clicks that menu, we're going to call handle nav collapse. Handle nav collapse is up a little bit. Handle nav collapse starts at line 16, which is a function that receives a parameter, which is an event. We say, hey, whatever default behavior you normally do, prevent that from happening. And after you've done that, go ahead and call set is nav collapse, which is the function that we get from useState. And whatever is nav collapse currently is, because that function is going to call or is going to set the value to is nav collapse to whatever new value you're setting it to. So essentially, we're just toggling it, right? The problem is that now that we've set that, now we have to use it. You remember how we tested it to see what values changed in the navigation menu? We went to bootstrap.com and we went and we put it into an empty file. We launched it and it was like, what changed? What's changing in there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have to do, oh, do you still have that? Maybe we just use that.
I don't remember.
Go ahead and right click on Visual Studio Code and see if maybe it comes up on that list.
Example.
VS5 example. I think that's it. Yeah, and then you could right click on this, launch it with open with Live Studio or Live Server. Sorry. I'm over here making up words.
All right. It was on the console?
No, it was right there in the elements. Yeah, so if you expand the body and expand nav class and expand the div, expand
the button.
Well, let's see right here. Actually, the next one, the nav collapse. Yeah, that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and toggle that button, see what changes. All right, so on the button class, nav toggler, that's toggled between collapsed. Toggle it again. You see that?
Yeah.
So we have to go and handle that change first. So button class, nav toggler. And we need to change that to what? Collapsed?
Collapsed, yeah.
So if is nav collapse, if that's equal to true, we need to have that collapse class in there.
Okay.
So let's go put that in there. So, and your button, yep, on line 27.
Toggler.
Yeah, so let's grab that toggler. Let's go ahead and cut that toggler, nav bar toggler. Not the whole class name, not the whole line, just a nav bar toggler. Let's go and cut that. And get rid of your double quotes. And we're going to use the back tick, which is the little tick. Yeah, that. And I believe that you're going to have to put that. You're going to have to put that inside of curly braces.
Okay.
There we go. And now go ahead and paste nav bar toggler. There you go. And then go ahead and put a space after R. Hang on. That's a conditional, right? That's going to come up on a condition. So go ahead and put a space. And then you're going to put open close parenthesis. Open close parenthesis. Wait. Let me think about this for a second. Get rid of those. Let's go ahead and do a $sign and then open up curly braces. Remember, this is the string interpolation thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then inside of parentheses, I wonder if you need the parentheses. Maybe you don't. No, you know what? Get rid of those. Sorry. Maybe you don't need them. Just put is nav collapsed? And then you'll do space question mark, space, and inside of double quotes, type in collapsed. And then outside the double quote, put a colon, space, empty quotes. So this is basically an if statement, okay? What you're doing is you're evaluating. You're saying if is nav collapse equals to true, add nav collapse, else just giving an empty string, okay? And so what we're going to need to do is we're going to go ahead and save this, and then we're going to go and inspect to make sure that this is working.
Okay.
Oh, wait, use state, you got an error.
Oh,
Use state is not defined. We have to import it.
use state is not defined. Import.
So use state is going to be, there you go. That's exactly it right there. It has to be inside of the curly braces.
Cool. All right.
All right.
This isn't it. There it is. I was like, wow, that was cool. Oh, no.
Well, remember, there's going to be other things, right? We just want to see if this is toggling correctly.
Mhm.
So go ahead and go back to the phone,
Oh,
and then expand the body. Expand, over here on the right hand side where it says body, expand the body. And expand, yeah, and expand the nav bar. And expand the container. We have to go all the way, we have to drill all the way down to the button.
okay.
Okay, so in here, we should see that nav toggler toggle. So let's go ahead and click on that button.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's working.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to the BS5 example and let's see what other things we need to change.
Right here we have area expanded.
Toggle it again. All right, so area expanded, and that's also on the button, right? And so we need to change that to true. So is it true and false? Can you go back to that example for a moment? It toggles between true and false, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we have to do the same code, except this time we're going to toggle between true and false.
So navbar was
Line 31.
31. False. Okay.
So in here, we want to do the same thing that we did on line 28, but we're going to toggle between true and false.
Oops.
Let's try it. I mean, we're taking it from somewhere where it's working.
All right. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Cool.
A lot of times you just got to copy and paste. And let's make sure that our list and create is still toggling. Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay, now there's one more thing, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get out of this phone situation. Uh-oh. What happened?
What?
Are we not wide enough?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So you see how list, when you click between list and create is like a gray color and list is like a black color, right? There was something. Can we go down to your links? There was something that I added. Oh, yes. So the link comes with an extra attribute called active class name, all lowercase.
Okay. Do I put that in the front?
You can put it after on line 40, you can put it after class name, nav link active outside the parenthesis. I mean, outside of the double quote before the aria current. Yeah. Active class name, all lowercase, all one word. And this is something that's actually built in to the React router. Okay. And this is going to be equal to, and then double quote, copy or cut and paste the word active from the class name. Cut that puppy out and paste it over there. And you're going to add the same thing to the next one.
All right.
Now let's go back and save this, and let's go back and see the behavior now. So now you see how one is darker than the other when you're selecting it?
Yeah.
That is actually built in to work with Bootstrap, and it's built right into React Router.
Cool.
So we don't have to do anything with that. We don't have to toggle that active. It just says, hey, whenever this menu is active, go and apply this class to it. So you can apply any class, doesn't have to be a Bootstrap class, but that's essentially what that does. So that made the navigation a little bit more user-friendly. And now we have it so that when we have something created, we can, we can actually do something with it. So,
cool.
All right, let's go and create our list. We'll put a dummy list together.
Doubled up.
Double up is right. We just need to get rid of the other static T rows, right? Let's go ahead and do that.
So from 40 all the way down. There we go. Cool.
Excellent. So I think this is a good stopping point. I mean, where we want to go for next in the next episode is we're going to have to populate that array. So if you go up to the top, right, the constant contact list, right, is an array. So array is represented by curly braces. I mean, by square brackets. And everything inside the curly braces is considered an object, and we separate them with the comma, right? So we say, hey, this contact list has 3 objects, and each object has name, email, phone number. And we just iterate it using the map, which is an array function. And we just say, hey, just go and display this for every element that we get. Just go and display the same information, and that's what the map does. It just sits there and circles through all the records. It's just like record 1, record 2, record 3. And it says, here's the element and here's the index. And you take that and you display it, and it just continuously runs through the array until it reaches the end. And then it does it no more. And you display all your records. And so what we need to do, we'll do this in our next episode, is we're going to take this contact list, but we're going to need to get it from an API.
Let's do it.
So we'll do that next week in the next episode.
Sounds good.
And then hopefully you'll have your API for significant events, and then it'll just be a big API party.
We're going to be APIing.
We're going to be API. That's right. I like the words that are coming out of this one. New vocabulary. Cool. I think this is a good place to stop. We're winning.
Yeah. All
righty. Any final words?
Yeah. Let's get APIing.
That's right. All right. Until next week.
Yeah. Peace out on the road to code.